Hi again, Dennis Argul here. What I'm going to talk to you about this time is how to properly lubricate your slide in order to get ready to play it. And this is something that you're going to want to start out doing for the first lesson, and it'll take maintenance depending on how often you play and the conditions in which you play, maybe once a week, once every other week. You may want to re-lubricate your slide, clean it off and re-lubricate it. All right, so I happen to use a mixture of materials here called Slider-Mix. It's two bottles, one larger bottle like this and a smaller bottle. And these two combine on the slide to really lubricate it nicely so that it makes it nice and fluid when you play. Also, what you're going to need, and most trombones come with this, is just a little spray bottle, just water in this, okay? Some companies, when you get your trombone, may have something else called Trombone in it. I don't use it, but it looks like a small toothpaste container with a cream in it. Just take a little bit of that cream and put it on the slide, spray it, works great. Other cases and other instruments come with slide oil. I'm not a big fan of the slide oil, but it works fine for beginners. You simply put a couple of drops on your slide, spray it with the water bottle, and it lubricates the slide. Here's the problem with slide oil. It takes, the oil attracts some dust and dirt, so that gets on the slide and gets it a little bit thick, and it makes it a little bit more difficult to play. You never want to have that kind of resistance while you're playing the trombone. You want to try to make it as fluid as possible. Let me show you how I lubricate my slide. I'm just going to take the slide out of the case this time. I don't need the bell or the mouthpiece. Again, it's locked in the locking mechanism. I'm going to unlock it, okay? But I'm not going to take the slide all the way off. And I always start with the smaller bottle, okay? And you just twist off the top. I'm going to put the slide, you can't see it unfortunately, but the slide is down. I've opened the slide so the slide is touching the ground. And now I just take, let me move this a little closer so you can see it. Just take the bottle and I literally just put 1 or 2 drops on each of the inner sleeves of the trombone. And it goes. I leave it like that while I put the cap back on. Now, as a beginner, you want to be very mindful not to squeeze these bottles too hard because you might get some on yourself. That's not fun to clean off. Once you put the bottle down, just take the slide and literally open and close it, down as far as you can reach it back, and you'll feel it working its way in to the slide, okay? Maybe a dozen, 20 times. Then you take the other bottle, the larger bottle, take the cup, the lid off. Again, don't squeeze it too hard. And I'm going to open up, and this one I have to do from here. I can't really hold it. I just literally hold it at the top and let that liquid run down slowly. I'm slowly squeezing out some of the liquid. Very slowly squeezing it out. I might work it down a little bit. You'll see a bead of that liquid run down the slide, and that's okay. Close the lid, and now work it in. Now what happens is the chemical that's in the small bottle reacts with the chemical in the larger bottle, and they form a really great lubrication on the slide, okay? Now, the last part you want to do, and it's one of the most important parts, is your water bottle. I just took the lid off my water bottle. It's just literally a little spray bottle. Open up the slide. I'm going to bring it over a little closer so you can see. And I spray as much as I can on the slide. Now you'll see, after I move the slide back and forth, let me bring this in real close. You see that line of beaded water? All the way down the slide. What happens is the water sits on top of the combination of chemicals, and it'll happen if you use Trombone, and the same will happen if you use a slide oil or any other kind of mixture. The water sits on top of those chemicals, and forms kind of like a roller coaster track of ball bearings. And the slide literally sits on top of it. You can't even hear how smooth that is. The slide moving back and forth. I lock it, make sure you lock it now, because it's really quick and lubricated. It'll fall right off if you don't. And I'm ready to put it onto my bell and make some music with my trombone. Thank you.